Welcome back here to EFC 72 from the Grand Arena, the Grand West Casino and Entertainment World in Cape Town, South Africa. As we continue moving through here for all your insurance needs, folks, it's pretty simple. You just hit up Constantia. That is insurance made personal. Constantia Insurance, proud partner right here at the EFC. As we move into our penultimate bout here in Cape Town, and it is in the middleweight division, and a lot of high stakes here as Jenaid Ebanks comes all the way from the UK to take on Cape Town's own Gideon Drotschie. Let's take a look at the bout analysis brought to you by RDG Auto Body. First up, it'll be the Juggernaut, the former light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, great to see Gideon back. Former light heavyweight champion, had a great run for the title. Very agile, all-rounded skill set, former champion. He's hungry for a title again.
And there he is, Jenaid the Jabberwocky Ebanks.
Yeah, a great contestant on the fighter, great character, very interesting southpaw, got a great left hook, wonderful fighter, great matchup again.
So there it is. Now you know the competitors. Now it's time to let them do battle inside the hexagon. It's next here at EFC 72.
A former champion in a new division, Gideon Juggernaut Drotschie is seeking to reclaim EFC gold. A world-renowned athlete, the UK's Jenaid Jabberwocky Ebanks is out to redeem himself from TF1. Two versatile and aggressive men will clash. A future middleweight contender will rise.
I'm looking to destroy him, I'm looking to knock him out, I'm looking to take him down, control him on top, get the TKO. Whatever happens, whatever falls into place, I will take it. Whatever the situation brings, I will rise to it.
If he wants to come forward and he wants to stand in the middle, he wants to stand in trade, I'm going to meet him in the middle and we'll see who moves back first. I'm ready for a war.
Jenaid, I hope you're ready. This is going to be your toughest battle. It's one of your first ones in EFC, and it's definitely going to be your hardest one in EFC.
Bring it, because if you don't, you're going to get run the f*** over.
Gideon Drotschie versus Jenaid Ebanks. Proudly brought to you by Heathrow Bet Exchange.
So here it is, folks. That is right, your 8th fight of the evening, our penultimate bout here from Cape Town. First man on the way is Jenaid the Jabberwocky Ebanks. Very, very tough customer out of Blackburn, England, and Apex MMA under Jimmy Hay. He has a wrestling background, and he talks the talk, walks the walk. Jenaid Ebanks looking to make some history here. Now, we did see him on The Fighter Season 1, which was an absolute smash hit. Unfortunately, takes the loss to Ibrahim Amane, and he was actually looked at as a big-time favorite in the competition. He was very disappointed. So since then, he has been just chomping at the bit to get on this roster and prove himself. And here's your opportunity. It's right here. Make the best of it.
Yeah, it was a great fight against Ibrahim Amane. I mean, he came in with a great striking pedigree, and he was kind of a bit underwhelming in the show. And don't forget, Ibrahim Amane went on to the final. He complained a bit that he struggled with the altitude, but here in Cape Town, he's not going to have that same excuse. He had a 9-fight win streak in amateurs and 2 in pros, so his momentum was really great in his amateur career, but I know that he's hungry to get the win back in the EFC.
I'll tell you, Simon, from gis to gloves, hand wraps to shin guards, Adidas are leaders in combat sports equipment, available from SNTsports.co.za as Jenaid Ebanks prepares to get into this hexagon. And now he has been inside the hexagon in the reality show. That being said, when you got the crowd behind you, when you got, you know, thousands of Cape Townians in the house making a bunch of noise, cheering on their guy, Gideon Drotschie, it is a completely different situation.
Yeah, he's got such confidence, but interested to see how he does with this crowd. Gideon's going to come out to a fantastic roar here at Grand West, and even though Jenaid is such a confident young man, that always hasn't necessarily translated into his performance. But the way he said to us last week, he said, "I'm here to destroy. I see fear in Drotschie's eyes. I'm better than he can ever hope to be." Let's see if he proves that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out as Jenaid Ebanks prepares to enter the battleground, prepares to enter the hexagon in this middleweight clash. And I'll tell you, if Ebanks can get a win here, I mean, how big is that? He's going to be right there in the division, ready to make some noise as a middleweight. And you better believe he will be calling out our champion, no doubt about it. Jenaid Ebanks ready to rumble inside the Hex. Well, take a look at that. The former light heavyweight champ is now a middleweight fighter, and he's back looking for a big W here after 2 losses. Gideon Drotschie back like he never left. Got a lot of fans in this organization, in this building this evening. Gideon Drotschie is a guy that, you know, it's been very, very tough for him the last 2 go-rounds against Warren Allison, of course, champion Drotschie, who is our current heavyweight and light heavyweight champion. Before that, a win over Tamelo Laputha. And then before that, I mean, wins over a ton of dudes. I mean, you're talking about Fraser Opie, Danny Van Heerden, Brendan Grunewald. He has really picked up some big W's in this organization. He was on a tear at one time.
Yeah, he was. He was a force to be reckoned with. And just take a look at the different ways he won. Different TKOs, first-round submissions, elbows, fantastic key look. He's got a sick Kimura, great elbows, wonderful in the clinch. It's great to have them back. Is it the old Gideon Drotschie we're going to see in that run for the title? He kind of got derailed in that fight against Norman Vessels. We haven't really seen that kind of Gideon that was a force to be reckoned with since then. He's had a few injuries, he had a bit of some back problems and knee problems, but if this is the Gideon Drotschie of old, and let's face it, he's looking in great shape. I've got to say, Cyrus, this is the best shape I've seen Gideon Drotschie in quite a long time.
Oh, I agree. I mean, 100%. He looks so focused, and I think, you know, I think a lot of people would say this is the division he should have been in all along.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and you know, back in the day, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you had guys in divisions they probably should have never been in. We're even seeing that with our current lightweight champion, who's up next, Martin Mastata. This is a guy that should have been lightweight for a long, long time, and his career could have had a completely different trajectory. Now, with Gideon Drotschie, of course, he achieved championship status in this organization, but I think as a middleweight, he is much more dangerous.
Do you think he should be welterweight? I think he's a natural welterweight.
Hey, absolutely. I mean, hey, baby steps, right? Yep. Who knows? He very well could get to that point. But at middleweight, I think he's going to be even more dangerous.
Yeah, and he's still ranked 3 in the light heavyweight division as well, so really could go anywhere. But I completely agree with you. I want to see him come down to welter even more. Yeah, baby steps.
Baby steps indeed. Here he is, the Juggernaut, ready to throw down inside the hexagon. Can he pick up a win here in Cape Town? Of course, Bet Exchange brings you our next fight. That's the exclusive betting partner of the EFC. It is betexchange.com.
Let's take a look at the Samsung television. Samsung, the official mobile partner of the EFC. Not much in it, but 4 years difference in the Gideon Drotschie being the younger, and a 6-centimeter reach advantage. Everything else is pretty even. 1 kilogram difference when they weighed in yesterday here at Grand West. And with that, let's go to the official fight announcement with our colleague Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds of the EFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestler with a pro record, 2 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 1.85 meters tall, weighing in at 83 kilos. Fighting out of Blackburn, England. Give it up for Jenaid, the Jabberwocky Ebanks. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon and fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist with a record of 6 wins and 3 defeats. Standing 1.86 meters tall, weighing in at 82 kilos. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa. I give you the former EFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Gideon, the Juggernaut Drotschie. Your referee when the action begins is Victor Swart.
Our lovely RDG Hexagon Gold Tyler joining us this evening. The RDG Hexagon Gold is brought to you by Rex Diff and Gearbox, now open in N4 Gateway Park, Pretoria, for all your gearbox, differential, prop shaft and CV joint repairs.
There's the Hex girls, but let's get down to this scrap inside the hexagon. It's Gideon Drotschie making the move to middleweight. Taking on Jenaid the Jabberwocky Ebanks.
If looks could kill, Cyrus, if looks could kill. Look at these guys.
You better believe it. Goosebumps. Right out of the gate, Drotschie throwing a big head kick. He misses with it. Round one brought to you by Dragon Energy. Not only helps you keep up with your fast-paced life, it helps you stay ahead of it.
Yeah, Gideon keeps with those spinning roundhouse attempts. Even an opening for Jenaid. Jenaid's such an explosive striker, able to close the distance very quickly. Looking very light on his feet is Jabberwocky.
Now, the one, you take a look at just the numbers, one thing that has hurt Jenaid Ebanks is kind of the KO power. Of course, the last time he did lose, his first ever loss was due to armbar. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Jenaid Ebanks packs a lot of punch. You're talking about a guy that had an incredible flying knee knockout. He has some serious explosive maneuvers, and he has a great wrestling background.
Yeah, he does. We talk about his explosive striking, but let's not forget his two wins in professional career are both fantastic submissions. He's got a great arm triangle, and his back attack is great. His judo on the ground is actually very, very good. We talk about his striking so much, but it's the submission wins that are more impressive.
Great composure. He shakes off that leg kick. But Gideon Drotschie, man, you talk about really coming out here, a man on fire, a man on a mission. Here comes Ebanks, not going to waste any time.
He tagged him with the left.
Can he clasp those hands? I believe he has. And he'll be putting Gideon potentially on the mat, and he does get the takedown. Great work there by Jenaid Ebanks. Willing to take a few shots as he rushed in and got that takedown as Ebanks. He wants to bring this down to the ground. He feels like he has a big advantage there. It's not going to be easy, though, to take out the former light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, good scramble by Gideon, but he really needs to protect his back. We've seen before Gideon's back defense was not always the best, particularly in the Norman Vessels fight, but way better than in this fight. Very good transition, very good defense. Jenaid going for the arm. He's getting it. Oh, he's let it go.
So many interesting fights out there in the middleweight division, and you got to wonder where the winner will go after this. Of course, the title held by Dricus du Plessis, the great double champion. But some great fighters out there in this middleweight division that could really pose a threat, and one of these guys wants to take that step.
It was a good reversal by Gideon. Did well to get out of that very difficult position, and now he's in a dominant position.
Maybe. I think he might have been looking for a choke there, but he is just maintaining great control over Jenaid Ebanks. Ebanks in trouble potentially. Does he have anything there, Simon? It's kind of hard to tell.
He has it, but we saw Jenaid give the thumbs up to referee Vic Swart there, saying he's absolutely fine. I don't think there's any trouble whatsoever. He's already told the referee he's absolutely fine. He's out of it.
Just great side control. And one thing Vic Swart will do is make sure there is action going on. If he doesn't feel like there's any advancement, no submission attempt, he'll stand the fight up.
Yeah, they build them tough in Blackburn, so I don't expect more. I think Jenaid Ebanks a tough customer.
Oh, I agree. And back up, here we go. Now Ebanks is going to take control. Has him bunched up against the hexagon, and he's looking to get underneath the neck potentially. Oh, it looks like he might have it locked up. Might he have a Dars?
He does indeed have a Dars choke.
How tight is it, though? It doesn't look like he's quite got the torque on it.
Well, Gideon's doing exactly the right thing. He's burying his head under, and he's out.
Now he's going to hold on to that guillotine. Is he underneath the neck? Gideon is going to try to drive him into the ground.
Jenaid taking some big air, though, and gasping quite a lot. Have to defend a lot on the ground there.
And now he does not have good position on it. He's going to have to get back and guard. Gideon Drotschie could end up in a very nice position if he can get out of the grip of Jenaid Ebanks, who's kind of holding on for dear life right now. Under a minute to go here, round one in this middleweight clash between the UK's Jenaid Ebanks and South Africa's Gideon Drotschie.
Good submission defense from both fighters, though. Jenaid's submission defense is very underrated. Now we are going to full mount.
This could be trouble as the crowd cheers him on. Could Ebanks be done? He's going to try to get out the back. But Drotschie has the hooks in nicely. Could this be the return of the Juggernaut?
has got both hooks in. This is a bad place for Jenaid. We know his submission defense is really good, but that's a heavy, heavy backpack to have on you right now.
Well, he's back to Rico Hatting, isn't he, with Reps MMA, and they really teach him BJJ over at that camp.
Yeah, that was the beginning of Gideon's fantastic career. It's great he's gone back to Reps.
Bad spot here, 10 seconds left. Can he survive the flurry?
Vickers looking very, very closely there.
Jenaid Ebanks not
Is he
quite
gonna stop?
doing enough.
Oh,
And I think Drotschie could have got it if he would have continued. He slowed up just for a split second. Can Ebanks continue? Ebanks has his head down in the mat.
struggling to get up.
Yeah, he was taking a few extra seconds. He feels like he may have got hit in the back of the head.
I didn't see a shot to the back of the head, did you?
I didn't either, but...
No, they all look really good. There's some elbows coming down from Drotschie there. He was in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Restonic bringing you the corner cam there as Gideon Drotschie. You know, what a return here by the Juggernaut. He really showed us that he kind of picking up where he left off, trying to forget those last two matchups. This looks like a much more dangerous Gideon.
Yeah, he's in fantastic shape, isn't he?
Here's the replay. This is where Ebanks charged ahead and ended up getting the takedown. So unfortunately, couldn't do a whole lot with it.
How good was Gideon's defense? Able to reverse and transition and get on top and get full mount. There he is, raining down some amazing elbows. Fantastic.
I'm really surprised he didn't get stopped. It was super, super close, but you got to give credit where credit's due to Vickers Swart. This is a guy that's been in the biggest fights, and he's going to give Ebanks some respect in there and let him take a few shots. Jenaid Ebanks. And there he is, Gideon Drotschie. Taking a few deep breaths here. Jenaid Ebanks in that southpaw stance sometimes can be very, very difficult to deal with. Hasn't presented too many problems to Drotschie yet.
Yeah, Jenaid sucking in the air as well again, like we saw in his last fight.
Big swing and a miss there with the head kick for Drotschie.
Now that first round seems to have taken toll on both fighters. I mean, that was just a hell of a great first round. Jenaid really did struggle to get back up, didn't he, after that? He took a lot of punishment on the ground.
Inside leg kick by Drotschie. Both men have slowed down just a bit, but believe me, they have some serious power.
I like that about Gideon. I remember that. That good left hook and right roundhouse. A really nice combination. Moving his opponent left to right, keeping him guessing.
There's a big left hand straight down the middle by Ebanks. Just doesn't have a lot of pop right now. Both these guys are built so well, but when you got those big muscles, man, it takes a lot of energy to move those things around.
Yeah, that was a tough fight on the canvas of both these fighters. Spinning back heel from Jenaid.
Wow. Jenaid getting creative on us.
But that's what we expect from Jenaid Ebanks. That we wanted to see in the fighter house. Unorthodox striking.
How about that big shot there by Drotschie? And now he's going to charge forward and try to bring this fight back down to the ground, back where he was doing some serious damage.
And he succeeds in taking him down. He's walk right. And Jenaid's in a tough position.
But Jabberwocky says he's okay. But that's not enough sometimes. No. You can't just say you're okay. You can't just give a thumbs up. You got to prove that you can defend yourself.
But will Gideon be able to keep up the ground and pound? We saw at the end of that first round, he got a held back on the pound that last 10 seconds that allowed Vickers Swart to continue the fight. It's a tough position for Jenaid Ebanks, though. What has he got? What's he going to do from here? Is he be able to stand up? And he gets the single against Gideon, turns it around and back on the floor. Good work.
Bringing it there, Jenaid Ebanks with a beautiful reversal. Now putting Drotschie up against the cage. He's going to test the former champion.
That's a strong knee to the breadbasket as well. That's a well-placed knee considering he was grounded.
Yeah, it could have been really bad. Now he's underneath the neck, but Drotschie is putting himself in a good position to take the pressure off. And this is the second time that Ebanks has tried to go for a guillotine that just hasn't been right on.
Good scramble by both gentlemen, though.
And here comes the right hands. Ebanks, big opportunity for him.
It's a back and forth ground war, isn't it? Exactly what we wanted to see from both these guys.
Very vulnerable position there by Drotschie, but he got out of danger.
What has Jenaid Ebanks got left in the tank? Halfway through the 1 minute 59 seconds into the second round. What has he got left?
Drotschie is really, and that is not going to work. grounded opponent. He throws the knee, and he landed it right on the chin. Oh, man, a tough mistake there by the former champion. He has to know better than that.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the well-placed knee Jenaid Ebanks put into Gideon Drotschie's breadbasket. We're talking about placement.
I mean, you got to know, right? I mean,
yeah.
You know, we all respect Gideon and what he's done here in this game, but that was just a bad spot to throw a knee. And now, of course, Jenaid Ebanks can take all the time he wants to regain his composure, to get his energy back. I mean, he's earned that by taking a shot while grounded.
Yeah, this is his 10th fight in the EFC for Gideon Drotschie, so I am surprised at that shot. I'm surprised that he did no better. And he's giving Jenaid Ebanks, who was struggling with his cardio in the second round, an opportunity to recover.
This. Let's see if we can take a look at a replay here. I believe we're going to see this. And here we go, folks. Take a good look. He rears back, and it's tough to see from that angle. We'll see.
Jenaid seems to be struggling with his jaw, so he's obviously complaining that it hit him flush on the chin.
Yeah, it must have snuck through there.
Difficult to see where it went through, though. You're right.
But Jenaid's going to continue. What a fighter. Not going to hold him down.
No.
It's part of the game, he says, and here we go. Ebanks and Drotschie. The battle continues. Ebanks maybe just got a little bit of a breather. And obviously it didn't take too much damage, that knee. Ebanks seems to be pretty well off. Oh, there's that left hand. Drotschie felt that one.
There was a give and take situation again. There was another great left jab by Jenaid too. Gideon coming in and closing the distance to let himself open for that.
Oh, and a beautiful kick to the body, but was met with a punch from Drotschie.
Drotschie just shrugs it off. Fantastic.
Both these fighters just a great fit here in our middleweight division.
Yeah, this is a good fight from Gideon Drotschie coming off 2 losses. That first round TKO against Warren Allison surprised all of us. But his striking looks way better than it did in his last outing.
Now, I don't have to tell you folks, of course, the main event still to come. Mazzani and Benstad in for the EFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Big swing and a miss there by Ebanks as he closes distance. The self-proclaimed wrestler is going to try to bring this fight down to the ground. Left hand. Exchange. He's going to go up top, and Ebanks wants to finish with his hands.
Ebanks mixing it up beautifully.
Oh, and a huge elbow. There's your elbow right there.
Yeah.
The Jabberwocky. Getting creative with his strikes. Simon, this is impressive. What a comeback for Ebanks.
And it was a wonderful right uppercut followed by a left hook. Really mixing it up. And yeah, what a great close elbowing. Great fight IQ by Ebanks. What a round.
Whoa. That's how you end a round. Jenaid Ebanks fires back, and he may have evened the score there. You got to believe it is going to be a close round to call with that huge flurry from Ebanks. This thing could be sitting at 1-1 right now. Really hard to call. If you're a coach for either fighter, you got to believe, you got to tell your fighter, you got to win this round, you got to finish the fight.
And that sets it up perfectly for the fight fans here tonight at Grand West. 1 round left, 1 round apiece.
Why not?
All to play for.
Absolutely. I mean, when you get professionals with the experience, this is what you get as these two men try to climb up the middleweight ladder here in the EFC. And I've been impressed here with the overall game of Ebanks. I think he's made a great debut, an official debut here at the EFC. And Gideon Drotschie is just kind of back to work like he always has been. I mean, we obviously know how good he is on top, throwing ground and pound. And he's looked beautiful here. And he's had a few moments where you thought maybe the fight was over, but just couldn't quite put the finishing touch on, couldn't quite put a bow on it. So we're going into our 3rd and final round as the lovely Danielle gets us ready for that. Danielle and Tyler, our Hexagon girls this evening. She's got lots of poses, does Danielle.
She does. What a great fight. This is going to be a cracking 3rd round, guys. Don't get anywhere. Don't miss this. Don't blink. It's going to be an
3rd
amazing
and
fight.
final round. Simon, this is what it's all about. Brought to you by Dragon Energy Drink, the exclusive energy drink of the EFC.
Drotschie didn't like that.
Huge lead jab by Ebanks. He closes distance once again. And now it's going to turn into a grappling match here between the two.
Yeah, he backed Gideon up with that shot.
Look for a little separation here from Ebanks.
Oh, small, close, dirty boxing in the clinch from Gideon.
Nice knee to the body by Ebanks. Gideon still hanging in there.
Missing with the elbow, but good attempt. And there's right uppercuts again from Ebanks.
My goodness, what a fight. testing the dexterity of the hexagon.
And Vickers Suarez attempting to stop the fight.
What happened?
I think it's a cut that he's concerned about on Drotschie.
Oh, wow.
Again, Drotschie's opened up. Here we are in Cape Town, and again we got Gideon cut badly.
Well, we're going to have to take a look at this, see how deep it is. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but if Vickers Suarez had to stop it, then you better believe it's probably a pretty serious cut to stop it in that sort of a flurry.
I'm assuming it's not a cable tie on the turnbuckle this time.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. There were some fantastic right uppercuts from Jenaid, though. He really mixed up the striking. It's just what we expected from Ebanks. That's the kind of fight, that's the kind of striking we wanted to see in the fighter house.
No, this is going to be tough. Our doctor, our medical official, you can just watch his body language here. We obviously can't hear what he's saying. But like I said, for Vickers Suarez to stop it in a flurry up against the Hex, it has to be serious. I don't know if he's going to be able to close that up is the problem. Oh, that's fairly deep. But of course, Gideon's going to continue to fight. And hey, come on, let's do the former champion. It's already opened up. It's already bleeding again. So let's bring it on. Bring on the blood, baby.
Oh, goes right into her right leg. Looks right into it, but Gideon's coming out firing.
This is what it's all about. This is what fighting's all about, folks. Fight through the blood, fight through the pain. Jenaid Ebanks and Drotschie leaving it all in the Hex.
This crowd are going nuts as well for these two warriors. What fantastic show split from both guys.
Underneath the neck now is Gideon Drotschie. He's trying to... Oh.
I don't think
that was legal.
At the time. It was indeed.
Was that legal? I don't know. Ebanks has to move. If he doesn't move, they'll stop it.
Again, he's telling the referee that he's fine.
Well, he's covering up. He's not taking a whole lot of damage. I want to watch that knee again because... that one might have been close. I don't know if he had a knee down or not.
I think Jenaid was almost about to put his hand down, and the knee landed just a millisecond
might have been
before.
Perfect timing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, one after another. Now, Ebanks has to use every bit of energy he has left to get to his feet. He can't just sit there and take punches.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh, Drotschie's underneath the net. Just 2 minutes in here to round 3, and they are giving it all.
He's trying to soften Ebanks up.
Gideon Drotschie is a bloodbath. He's wearing a crimson mask. But now Jenaid Ebanks switches it around. Drotschie looking for a triangle, unable to get it. Here comes the elbows.
Fantastic show up on both fighters. Great transitions, a back and forth war. Exactly what we want to see in this third round.
Gorgeous.
Cracking fight.
Just a little brutality on your Saturday night, folks. Hope you enjoy it.
2 minutes 45 left in this final round.
Gideon Drotschie trying to measure up for another big strike. Ebanks has to move. He will get back up to his feet, it appears. Drotschie's going to lean into him, and now with halfway through round number 3, if you're in the corner of Ebanks, you better scream to him to get up and move.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about South African mixed martial arts. You have Mike Manui from PFA in his corner helping a lot of the foreign fighters come into Cape Town. Great to see. Great show, hot.
Yeah, he's always been helpful to the foreign fighters. He really has.
Oh, that cut on Gideon's forehead.
And he's up. Ebanks is up. Is he going to go right back down? That's the question. Great sprawl technique by Ebanks, but the tenacious Gideon Drotschie. And here comes Ebanks. He got his feet underneath him once again. Can they bring the fight back? Standing. Great technique by Gideon Drotschie. This is a heck of a fight.
He's going to try and get to his feet again. Oh, it's a cracking fight, Cyrus.
The struggle. Can Ebanks get back up?
There's no room for Gideon to come around to Jenaid's back.
As we've seen, Ebanks can fire off a flurry quick at the end of a round, so I don't think Drotschie wants any part of that right now. No. He's going to use every bit of energy and strength to keep Ebanks on the ground right now.
This round is so even, and you know that this is a one round that counts.
And there he is. We're back up, and no, Drotschie with a desperation, and here we go. Now things might even out. Ebanks is in a good position. He's going to look to jump the back. What's he trying for here? Oh, and a big mistake by Ebanks. Unless he could somehow get that triangle going.
We know what a great triangle he's got. He's got a great arm triangle.
Well, I mean, listen, Ebanks likes a good submission. He went for it. He took a chance. But unfortunately, he put him in a very bad predicament. Now it's time for more ground and pound from the former light heavyweight champion. Maybe one day it could be your middleweight champion.
One day it could be a great welterweight champion as well, as we were saying.
Right.
Jenaid just turtling up. He's really got no answer for it. I think he's finished on his third round. Both guys giving it everything they've got. 30 seconds left.
I knew he was waiting to explode there. Yeah. That's exactly what he did, but too little, too late. There were 25 seconds. Wow. Can Ebanks pull anything out of his hat? Any miracle submission? I find it hard to believe. Not enough time. Ebanks is going to have to wait this out.
10 seconds left. The crowd are actually going wild. They know what they've witnessed here tonight, Cyrus. They've witnessed two amazing warriors giving it absolutely everything in the hexagon. You could not want more from a fight than this. It's gone back and forth.
Well, get out of your seats, get off your couch, and clap your hands for these two. They put on a clinic, and they put in a war here in Cape Town. What a fight between the two. I think a lot of us here, and I think a lot of the judges will probably see this one for Gideon, but Jenaid Ebanks definitely gave us something to watch, and he definitely proved that he could be a force in this division. With that being said, we still got to get the decision in.
Yeah, fantastic fight.
Don't count your chicken.
First fight on the main card here tonight that's gone past the first round, and what a fight it was.
Oh, man. That was something special. Ebanks took the illegal knee, continued to fight.
Yeah, and Gideon
Drotschie kept his composure the whole time, which was impressive.
Yeah, he fought through that cut, and I thought it was going to take us back 2 or 3 years to Cape Town, where he got cut bad last time and lost his title.
Exactly. It was so close, right? I mean, because that cut was pretty deep gash. It even started bleeding before they rang the bell and they started the fight back up again. So, you know, Ebanks unable to capitalize on that cut. So now we got to go to the judges' decision and see how they see the fight. Gideon Drotschie, welcome to the middleweight division. Did he do enough to get the win? Restonics action replay.
Well, it was a fantastic exchange from both these guys. We really came out in that first round and wanted to stand and bang. But luckily for us, we had a great ground war as well. Every single round was action-packed. Going back and forth, some wonderful transitions, some great defense. Both guys game for it, and a great show of respect after the fight. That's a very different Gideon Juggernaut Drotschie that we saw in that last loss to Warren Allison in that first round TKO loss. Looking in fantastic form. Great to have the Juggernaut back, and what a show from Jabberwocky, coming out from all the way from Blackburn, England, and put on a cracking performance. Ebanks mixing up his striking so nicely. Some wonderful uppercuts, some great left hooks, closing the distance, some beautiful striking. Gideon giving back as much as he could. Highly competitive fight. What a great show. And with that, let's go to the fight announcement with our colleague Cyrus Bees.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. The judges see the fight 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Gideon the Juggernaut Drotschie.
I'm here with your winner, Gideon Juggernaut Drotschie. Gideon, your brother won tonight, you won tonight. Was there extra pressure for the Drotschie family here tonight, especially after those 2 losses?
Hell yeah! I just want to thank all my sponsors, all my supporters that came out, that paid their money, got a t-shirt, and watched me give it my all. Man, I ate a burger and I'm tasting it right now.
How are you feeling at middleweight, Gideon?
I feel with my hands, but I'm tired as hell. Man, that guy was slippery. I thought he had baby oil or something on him. Man, I struggled to keep my positions, but he's just slipped out. But awesome. Thanks, Jenaid, for coming all the way. Second for me, down and dusted.
It's a fantastic performance, Gideon. Well done. Great to see you back. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Gideon the Juggernaut Drotschie.
Quote of the night, second Pommy, down and dusted. How about it? Gideon Drotschie, Hermie Drotschie, both men getting victories this evening. It's a big night for the Drotschie family here in Cape Town. A lot of people are going to leave this arena very, very happy. And what do you say about Gideon Drotschie? Where's this put him in the division? I'd say it's going to put him right there in the mix. Anytime you get a former champion changing divisions, they pull off a win, they're instantly in the conversation. Very excited to see what the future is for both Drotschis, but Gideon definitely made some noise tonight. The Juggernaut is back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, folks, introducing RDG Auto